Hello and welcome to Applicata Biblia. My name is Mark. We are in the series Faith and Faith Building. We are in the third installment, second installment of the story of Moses. Where we left Moses is he was 40 years old and he was rejected by his own people, and his faith just fell flat on the ground. He's gone, goes to Midian, and he's living these next 40 years of his life as a meek shepherd. And so he's out in the field feeding his flock. He has attached himself to a Midianite. He has children. He's living a nice, comfortable life. He's really happy, obviously, right at this point. He's very comfortable. But God calls him over to this bush, right? Calls him over, there's this bush, and he looks at it. It's burning, but it's not being consumed. So he understands this is a miracle. So this is like where we see that God reveals himself through the supernatural. This, like during the day of Jesus, when Jesus is performing miracles, that's the reason for it. So during this meeting, God commissions Moses to deliver the Israelites from Egypt. And that's, here he is, 40 years after he's been totally rejected by his people. That's how he sees it. And he thinks they don't understand, they can't understand that I'm supposed to deliver them. And so God gives him this commission. And in chapter 3 and verse 11, he says to God, he says, "Who am I to go to the Pharaoh?" Which is interesting because he was raised in the Pharaoh's house. He's just like, yeah, it's been a long time since I did anything I'm like where I'm at. I'm so comfortable here. And of course, God tells him, "I will help you." And so he says, "I'm going to help you." And then in verse 13, he says, "The people are going to ask, 'Who sent you?'" And God looks at him, or, is talking to him and says, "You tell them that I am is the one who sent you." That's the famous I am statement. It's like, I am God, and you need to understand who you are in this situation. And that is a very powerful moment. Now, I don't know how powerful it was for Moses because he keeps pushing back at God. In chapter 4, he says, "Look, God, they're not going to believe me." And I think he's saying that based on what happened all those years ago. He still feels dejected. He still feels rejected by his own people. And he just thinks this isn't going to work. He has no faith in himself. And because of that, he has no faith in God. And God is going to have to prod him out of this.